Hey there, welcome to Gatwick. We are in the UK and look at all the airplanes. It might be hard to see. Let's get in a little bit closer. Okay, so we've got airplanes over here and all these airplanes are on VATSIM right now. Today is a very, very big and busy VATSIM day at Gatwick. So we got an EasyJet that just came in, and I bet we've even got a few people on Final Approach too. Hello, my name is Dave. I do the Spy Flight over on Twitch, and this is not going to be one of those complete flight kinds of things. Today I'm going to be yammering a little bit here about scary air traffic control conversations. One of the things is over on the Spy Flight on Twitch, a lot of people are coming in and discovering flight sim, and one of the things that they're doing is they're saying, boy, I really want to get on VATSIM, but I don't know what to say, and it's all so scary, and I'm a newbie, and the airplanes are all over the place, and I just don't know what to do. Well, you're not alone. A lot of people are kind of scared of talking on VATSIM, don't know what to say. So I've got a little guide for you here, and we're going to just jump right on into talking on VATSIM and stuff. Now, today is going to be mostly some graphics and stuff, but if you look in the description, all the notes that I'm about ready to give to you, all of the things that I'm about to say, you can copy and paste into Notepad. See, one of the things is Notepad is probably your best friend, and here's all of my notes, and this is getting copied. You can copy and paste this into your own Notepad, and all of this information is going to be there just for you. So we're going to break this down into 3 parts. Well, 4 really, but it's really simple. We're going to do part 1, which is the big one. Part 2 and 3, not so big, and then part 4 is a couple of cute little ideas that might help you out. Okay. And probably the biggest thing that scares the most people is your initial call up. Okay, so let's take a look at this and break it down. Call for clearance. So the big deal on this one is 6 W's on your call for clearance. And all of these are in the notes. Who are you talking to? Who are you? What are you? Where are you? What do you know? And what do you want? This is your call for clearance. This is the thing that scares the most people away from VATSIM, because this is the first thing that you have to do. And this isn't you just answering somebody's questions. This is basically you having to start the conversation. So let's do a little fill in the blank thing here. And this is the big one, so the text had to get a little bit smaller, but there you go. And again, this is in the notes. So departure, delivery, good morning from call sign. We're a airplane type. On the ground with you at airport name. Location at airport. Information, ATIS. Is aboard, requesting clearance to destination. Okay, so this is something that you can copy and put into Notepad, and you can fill in the blank. So let's say that I wasn't at Gatwick, I was at Boston. That would translate to Boston delivery. Good morning from United 441. We're a Boeing 737 on the ground with you here at Logan, gate B21. Information Echo is aboard, requesting clearance to Chicago. I've told them, who am I talking to? I'm talking to Boston Clearance. Who am I? I'm United 441. What am I? A Boeing 737. Where am I? I'm at Logan. And I did specifically say Logan because there are places like where we are here in London where there's several different airports. The controllers want to know that you're at Logan, or you're at O'Hare as opposed to Midway, or you're at Gatwick as opposed to Heathrow, or London City. So that's why I called it Logan there. Gate B21, where am I on their airport? Information Echo. Now this is going to make the controller's day. If you call in and say that I've already got the ATIS on the airplane, okay, that's going to let the controller know, oh, this is somebody that got their clearance already, so their ATIS already. So there you go. And then the last thing, what do you want? Requesting clearance to Chicago. That's what it is. That is a clearance. So it's, again, those 6 W's. Who are you talking to? Who are you? What are you? Where are you? What do you know? And what do you want? And there you go. So that's one of the scariest parts about talking to a controller here in the flight sim world. What's the next one? Well, getting beeped. Okay, so you're buzzing along. You've been kicked over to Unicom because there's no ATC, but as you're getting ready to come in, all of a sudden you hear the dreaded beep beep. Uh-oh. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, first of all, you got to look at the beep that you got over on xPilot or vPilot and see what frequency to turn to. So you're going to go and do that. And this is just 3 W's. Who are you talking to and who are you? Okay, 4. Where are you and what do you know? So in my case, let's say we're coming into land at Seattle. But we haven't gotten to top of descent yet. Seattle Center, United 441 is at flight level 370. And if I really want to impress the controller, I'm going to say Seattle Information Tango is aboard. That's going to let them know that I've already figured out what runways they're using and I've already got the weather. And again, they're going to be a little bit more impressed here. So again, that's one of the things that, and I still to this day, okay, if I'm cruising along and we're in Unicom and I hear that beep, beep, it's, uh-oh, what did I do? That kind of thing. And that's all that is. So that's part 2. That's called getting beeped. And that's if you're at cruise. What if you're already past your top of descent? What do you do this time? It's about the same thing here. So getting beeped and you've already started your descent. So it's the same thing. Who are you talking to and who are you? What are you doing and what do you know? That's all you need to do on this one. So in this case, it would be Seattle Center, United 441 is descending on the Starbucks 3 arrival. Seattle Information Espresso is aboard. Yeah, okay, I think I'm cute on that one, but okay. Sorry, you knew that was coming. But that's it. That's all you need to do. And again, letting the controller know that you've already checked the ATIS, that's a pretty cool thing for the controller to hear. That means that, okay, this pilot at least knows what's going on at the airport that they're coming on into. And that's a really cool thing to do. Okay, so we've got those done. Let's also take a look at a couple of other things. One of the things that I hear a lot of folks talking about is, I'm a newbie and I'm scared to be doing this airplane thing. Okay, it's okay to be new on VATSIM. Here's the thing, though, that I would politely suggest. Being a newbie in an event like this one is probably not the best thing to do right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at SimAware and see what we got going on here. We're at Gatwick. So look at all the airplanes here at Gatwick. Gatwick has 44 departures and 50 arrivals right now. There's over 1,200 pilots on VATSIM at the moment. So at this point in time, it's probably not in your best interest if you're new to choose an event like this one. So if you're brand new, we could zoom on out a little bit. Okay, well, if you want to do a little bit of flying, why don't you go ahead and, well, there's not much ATC at Newcastle. What's going on at Edinburgh? I know, I pronounce it like a Yank. Okay, so all of this is looking, there's not as many airplanes. So maybe choosing an airport where there just aren't as many airplanes is a great idea. Go Edinburgh down to Glasgow or down to Manchester or something like that. Choosing something there's a little ATC here in Bavaria. So Munich, Munich's a little bit busy right now. But again, this is what you can do by looking around something like SimAware and making a decision about where it is that you want to go. And there is a lot of ATC. I mean, it's really early in the morning here at Spy HQ. And there's a lot of ATC in Europe and in Asia right now. US is pretty much asleep. It looks like Boston's up. Indianapolis is up. But you can make a decision on where to go. But going right into the hornet's nest of Gatwick or Heathrow at the moment, probably not the best thing to do. There's Island. Here we are. Yeah, this is a very, very busy area. Lots and lots of airplanes. What do we got at Heathrow? Yeah, we've got ground and ATIS at Heathrow right now. But wow, is there a lot going on. So that's the first thing to take a look at. Other stuff. The vPilot frequency list is your friend. So here's good old vPilot. And I never really used to use vPilot very well until I started watching some of the real airline pilots that live stream and fly here in Flight Sim. And they use this thing a lot. And usually I keep my vPilot really kind of small like this in the corner. You know what they did? They actually have their vPilot stretched out here. They use the notepad here in vPilot for stuff all the time. So they will actually type their clearance in here as they in notes, and then they'll keep notes in there. So vPilot is your friend. And what do I mean by down on the ground and up in the air? Okay, remember the 3 things that we were talking about, the 3 scariest conversations, calling for clearance and getting beeped either in the air or on descent. How do you know where to start? Well, if you are calling for clearance, you're down on the ground, so go down on this list here. Oh, hang on a sec. There you go. I was showing you the wrong thing. So here we all here. And this is go down on the ground. So go down to the bottom of the list. Well, we're at EGKK, so we can double click that. Hey, look at that. There's an ATIS. But what's the next thing that's available? So go up from down on the ground, going up. EGKK delivery. That's the first person you're going to be talking to when you're down on the ground. If you're up in the air, what are you going to be doing? Well, you'll start at the top and look down and say, well, there's London Center. Now, there's a bunch of different London centers right now. Probably we would get London South, one of the London Souths or something like that. 129.425 is probably the one on the south side. There's a lot to learn about that. So that's what I mean by down on the ground and up in the air. Click ATIS for ATIS. You just kind of saw me do that over here, and this is a great tool. So all I did was double click EGKK ATIS, and there it is. It is Information Sierra. Okay, it tells me that the runway in use is 8 right. ILS approaches to be expected. Increased bird activity in vicinity of the airport. Always good to know. Ground movement control, clearance delivery are closed. ATC services continue on the tower. Look at this. Their ATIS is so helpful right now. And it's also giving you the transition level, the weather. Absolutely outstanding. This is a really nice ATIS. So that's what I mean when I say click ATIS for ATIS. All right. So that's going to work for you too. The last thing that I've got on my list is practice your lines. And that's one of the reasons why when I started this video today, I decided to write out all of my notes like this. And these have been cut and pasted into the description here on YouTube. So you can cut and paste this into Notepad. And in fact, I use Notepad for taking notes. For flights and stuff. If you've been with me over on the spy flight, you know all about the thing that I call the flight strip here. So let me move that out of the way. So this is what I call my flight strip. So this is where I keep all sorts of notes for my flight that I'm going to need, including clearances, the flight plan, departure ATIS. And I regularly post this here on YouTube and over on the Spy Discord, so you can go and get this, put it in Notepad, and adapt it to use it. Now, if you're just getting started on VATSIM and flying, I really suggest a pad of paper and a pen to get started. Once you start learning the things that you're going to be writing down and stuff, then all of a sudden you can go and you can do, you can start using Notepad and start, saving paper and stuff. So there it is. Practice your lines, especially this thing here, fill in the blank. So if you're going to go and you're going to do your first flight at Chicago O'Hare, and you need to, you're getting a little nervous about doing the chit chat with Tower, with calling for your clearance, practice your lines. Take this thing that I just typed out here, put it into your Notepad, and replace everything. So instead of departure delivery, you'd put Chicago delivery. Good morning, put your call sign in, and actually say it out loud. Okay, if you have watched behind the scenes things of motion pictures and movies, the actors practice their lines out loud. Okay, maybe, your little brother, your little sister, your parents are going to look like, okay, what's he doing over here? But don't worry about that. You're practicing your lines so that you can say, Boston delivery, good morning from United 441, we're ready to go. And that should help you out just a little bit. So the notes are all there. I hope that helps you out just a little bit. Copy and paste that and pop it in there and let me know. As always about these videos here, it's not about the right way versus the wrong way. This is just what is working for me. Please be sure and leave your questions in the comments. If I got something wrong, I definitely want to know about that too. I'm still really new here on YouTube, so likes and friends and shares are very, very important to me right now, and I do appreciate everything that you're doing for me. Also, if you did like what you saw, I'm going to say a big thank you to my supporters on Ko-fi and Patreon. Please feel free to come on over and fly with us. We're flying 6 days a week. The 757 Spy Flight is over on Twitch. You can also go and you can drop a sub or something like that over there too. Thank you so much. It looks like it's still really, really busy here. We've got a Qantas getting ready to go underneath the bridge here. So we got something like that going on. And I will look forward to seeing you a little bit later on today on Twitch. We've also got a flight planned Monday on YouTube where we'll do a complete round of flight planning on for a VATSIM flight. In the meantime, as always, stay healthy, stay safe, and see you in the friendly skies.